So about the laser hair removal, this is detrimental. I cannot walk around like this. This is something that was installed in me to pave the way for wherever I'm relocating to. Now, excuse me so much. Notice the pattern. Every zip code I relocate to, they lust after killing me. They desire to kill me. They have a boiling, burning sensation inside of their soul to kill me. However, they slowly chip away, chip away, chip away. They're like a bunch of crazy clowns. And the thing here is they're always thinking about the future. So I can basically see clearly when they've anal trafficked with someone from a previous environment to secure that silver bullet they require to go get her. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. So I knew something was, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. And so, and then the clowns from the previous environment always follow me before I arrive to wherever I'm going. So they kind of hunt for anyone, and does she, and when she does this, does she, and did she do this, and will she do this, and did she? Now, let me remind you, you arrested a man and tried to put him in prison for 15 years so that you could steal my U.S. passport that he was holding as collateral for a shark loan. And now you searched his vehicle, and of course he was released from jail, but there's no passport, and he's begging for the loan money. So why is it that you never hold your word, but no matter what angle you come at me from, it's going to be something where it's a win-win situation for you and your accomplices? So I remember filing for the passport. There's always something that your monkey ass have got a problem with. Now, usually when you have a problem, you're supposed to kill the problem so that the problem no longer exists. Kill bacteria. Now, I have a passport, and your monkey ass erased the originating application, and this gave you life. This gave you existence. You went to the post office. Matter of fact, this is what you did. You know Giovanni Aguilar, the man who always tries to rape and molest me in the back seat of that raggedy nutcase-looking car that he drives or borrows from someone that's infested with some sort of weird Chinese bacteria. He had anal trafficking sex with LAPD, and they gave themselves a new topic to talk about. During their anal trafficking meetings that were stretched out for like 10 months to like 3 years, that gave them grant money from the government to investigate me. And actually, when the government actually pulls up a list of investigations, there's like 20 million in ongoing investigations of fraud. She bought a roll of toilet tissue. We have to investigate fraud. She made a toothpaste purchase. We're still completing our investigative services. I believe what you need is you need to find a goddamn job. That's what you need to do. The other thing was, she bought a pair of shoes. And we are inspired and motivated and enraged because the toe is supposed to go that way and crunch up like this, and the impact of her walking 80 miles in 1 week is supposed to turn her feet into a decrepit Japanese style geisha molding. Only this is not the direction people mold their feet. That direction over there, that direction when you're only my age, that's called I'll never get a marriage partner foot molding. That's what that is. Or I won't be able to stand looking at my own feet molding. Okay, and so basically, they went on ahead and they completed their 20 million investigations, but notice they never ever come into contact with the subject, which is me. And this is because they're a pathological liar who's surviving off of investigative services that makes no sense. Now, how did they get into a social status to have access to be able to choose and piece together these types of conjurings where they don't ever have to, they're in the know, they know everything, but I'm the slave, a slave, a slave, a slave, a slave. And my response is just stick an axe in your skull. The reason you ran from your country is because your country, with your hair, type, and bone structure, and nose bridge, actually didn't not like you. Okay, but leave it up to Americans. They always want to give someone bread. Hi, we've got bread for you. Hi, we're from America. We've got bread for you, quote unquote, like from the Putin and Oliver Stone interviews. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm wondering, wait, is Ukraine still at war or running from Russians? I don't really understand what that's about. And also, is Yulia, no, not Yulia Lipnitskaya, Irina or Katerina. Let's see here. I believe it's, what's her name? She's from Ukraine. She's a gold medalist in figure skating. Oksana Bayul. Oksana Bayul and Ferreira. I believe Ferreira is her husband, or her pimp. But Oksana looks very decent and looks very, she looks very upright, very decent. And someone posted something about Oksana somewhere online stating that Oksana was in Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico, which is where I was born. And so now the way this works is I was not voluntarily trying to go to the Gulf of Mexico to reside. And my father passed away. So I feel a little bit odd because my parents passed away. So the reason I used to travel so much is mostly because there was always those two parents somewhere near, and I felt safe. I don't have to just constantly bother them and, harass them, and pester them. I knew where they were. They know I love them. They knew I loved them when they were alive. And even their spirits, I'm sure they know I love them now. However, they're not there. Okay, they passed away. So in this mature age, I don't, unless my husband is Russian and we are conducting business somewhere in the state of Louisiana. But that's like, honestly, do you know why I'm never married? It's like walking around with like a safe deposit box filled with loose diamonds. I cannot go anywhere with a man. And so I don't really know why. And people, they act like they don't know me, but for some reason, if I'm ever, actually, I would never just speak to any guy. They would probably, people in general, would probably believe or like, she's up to something. She's either upset with someone or she's trying to, something. But there's no reason for me to just blatantly just walk around with a guy. Okay? And I'm, I am not homosexual, so they know I would not just blatantly walk around with a woman. And when you reach my age, currently, when you reach my age, you're not just hanging out with people. This is not middle school. Not that I ever hung out with people then. But yeah, usually, well, I personally am not a celebrity. However, someone brought to my attention that there are no slots available for me to relocate back to the Gulf of Mexico in the state of Louisiana. No slots available. And they said, okay, well, let me check to see if Oksana is residing in Louisiana, and Oksana is very valuable, or she serves a lucrative type of purpose. So if Oksana is here, this may not be the best place for you to, leisurely come to, try to reestablish yourself. Now, I'm not quite sure why. Oksana would, in her presence in a particular part of the United States, would alter or change my destiny, or prevent me from relocating. But I do know that this makes this makes a lot of sense. So, but I'm not sure that that's true or not. Is she really there, or was this fake? But even if the media had something fake to say,